All right, Angel. Well, I'm really glad to have you here at American Eagle today. I'm Kevin. I'm the regional recruiter for like our Eastern Coast, and I just wanted to bring you in to ask you a few questions about our financial analyst position. So, you feeling okay today?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I want to thank you for bringing me in. This is a really big deal for me, and I love American Eagle, so I can't wait to get started. Hopefully, be a part of this team.
Got you. All right, so can you actually tell me a little bit about yourself?
So, a little bit about myself personally. I'm a big basketball fan. I'm a big family person. I love to hang out with my friends and family. That's a big deal for me. I'm very personable. I like to communicate with others. Um, Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, are you a Knicks fan? Because you're going to need to be that in New York, actually.
I mean, not really. I can't really say I'm a specific fan. I'm a huge Kyrie Irving fan.
The Nets. All right, that works. See, working out.
Hey, Brooklyn. Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, so if you could tell me, what do you think your biggest weakness is?
Okay, so I'd say my biggest weakness is probably my memory. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but when I get into bigger stuff, additionally, like I start to forget like little or tinier details that I usually remember at a wrong time when I don't need it. And I feel like that's probably my biggest weakness.
Okay. Well, at least you're being honest about it, because I feel like at least like when we're being honest about the things that we can improve on, that's the only way we can improve. But if we're not being honest with ourselves, then how can we improve on things, right?
Exactly.
So on the flip side of that, what do you think your biggest strengths are?
Um, for my biggest strengths, I would have to say probably communication is one of them. The only jobs that I've worked in have been like customer service jobs where constantly I'm talking to customers, I'm meeting new people every single day. You know, I have to work with coworkers. I'd say another one is big. I'm big on teamwork.
I
I
love
work very well in a team. I don't really like to cause conflict. I like to be a nice person. So
right.
I'd also say one of the other qualities is my kindness.
And that's good that you say that because we're a large corporation, so we have accounting, we have HR, we got PR, we got publicists, we got finance. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And oftentimes on our projects, a lot of times we might have somebody from finance sit on a meeting with somebody from accounting and somebody from management, and everybody just needs to be able to come together and come to a common solution about the problem that we're facing. So that's really important for us here at American Eagle. And it's good to hear that, those are some of your skills. So that's great. Um, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, hopefully, I see myself a part of this company, working myself up from entry level positions to whatever I have to do to become a proficient financial analyst. Um, I'm not really 100% sure if I want to dive into being like a vice president of a financial analyst or like, like I don't know if I want to be that high or anything, but right now, I think in 5 years, I could see myself as being a nice American Eagle financial analyst.
That's good. Well, we actually have plenty of opportunities for growth here, and this is not a company where we're going to keep you in one position. We're going to keep you at one pay rate. If we see you growing, your compensation and your position will reflect that. So just try to keep that in mind. Should you get a position here, which I think you will, but I can't tell you that. So. Um, Now, out of all the candidates, I'm obviously a recruiter, so I've been interviewing a lot of people. And one thing I always ask people that I interview is, why should I choose you as opposed to any other candidates? What makes you stand out?
Well, I'm not going to give you some like really hard on, like crazy answer that, I mean, not crazy, but like specific answer because most of the time, what the candidates are going to say is, I had a high GPA in school or something they did very proficiently. Well, I know American Eagle personally. I've been wearing it for a long time. I've I've loved the company.
Great.
I've loved speaking with people that work from American Eagle, and I feel like it's a very kind environment. It's very nice. I just want to be a part of that, and I can prove myself as I work, and I can show my work very well that I can do a good job. I can work my way up the ranks. I'm very I can do very well in communication. Like
Right.
I can do the projects that you need me to do. I can do the analytical reports. I can do absolutely anything you guys need me to. I'll be up to it. Like my motivation is what drives me. So I'll be motivated. I'll be motivated.
Okay, that's great. That's not something I've heard from a lot of the people I've been interviewing today. I've been sitting here interviewing guys all day, and everything everybody always tells me is I had a great GPA,
Yep.
or I was a captain of my high school football team. It's not high school anymore. You know what I mean? You're not in college.
Yep.
Like, it's the work field. So I need to know that you're motivated, and that's great that you gave me that answer. Um, how did you actually learn about this opening?
So I was scanning through the potential options that I had over on Indeed.com,
Gotcha.
and I scoped over this one, and I found out how how much like was listed there, and I was like, wow, this seems like this is actually a very good job because a lot of the jobs on Indeed won't tell you much information about the job, but when I went over this one, there's a whole list of responsibilities. There was a summary of the position, and I really like I really liked how in depth that you guys went,
Yeah.
and it made me really appreciate how good this company really is.
And that's something that we try to put a lot of effort into, just so that our candidates can get like a better picture of what they're getting into, just so that before they even apply, we try to be really upfront. We say, okay, we need somebody that's XYZ with these skills, with these qualifications, so that way, we can just weed out people that are not qualified at all. So I'm really glad that you found a job this way, and I'll note that. So as you said, you're on Indeed, and you probably saw a lot of firms. You probably saw, maybe Morgan Stanley, big investment firms. You're a smart kid, so I'm sure you can get a job at a lot of places. Why do you want a job here at American Eagle?
Well, personally, as you said before, like this job seems very detail oriented. You guys straight to the point, and I really like that. I don't like when people are not upfront. Like if you're holding things back on me that you're gonna tell me at a later time, why don't you just tell me now? You know
Right.
what I mean? I prefer that I just know what I have to do so I can get it done and do what I have to do for the company. Like I don't want to. I like to do things like immediately. You know what I mean? As soon as possible. I don't really like to hold things back and wait it to have it on another date. Like, say you guys really needed me to have one skill and I didn't have it, but you guys didn't know that because I never had to use the skill until like a later time. And like my obviously the skill level, if I wait till a longer time, is going to decrease because I'm not doing that anymore.
Gotcha.
So I really like how in depth you guys are.
Right. And you said yourself you used to wear American Eagle. I hope you still do. So,
Absolutely, definitely.
all right. So, all right, I'm a few more questions for you. So can you tell me about the last time you had like a dispute with a coworker, and can you tell me how you resolved it?
Um, to be honest, I've never actually had a real dispute with a coworker. The only kind of I would say like problem that we really had is I know this is gonna sound a little weird, but through my times of working for I worked at a Speedway gas station, and I currently now work at a Walmart, and they're
Gotcha.
both obviously retail jobs. So I'm working with a bunch of other coworkers. This may sound a little strange, but I have had a couple of the girls that work with me
Hmm.
try to like flirt and get my number and stuff. But
It might seem funny, but that's something that really happens in the workplace.
yeah,
A lot of dudes don't think that it happens the other way, but as you could probably tell people, it happens. So how did you handle that?
so I professionally told them, I'm like, sure, we can be friends, right? But I'm not going to take it any further than that. I don't date coworkers. That's not how this is going to go. Like, I like to keep it professional at work and keep a nice professional work scene because even if I didn't have a girlfriend, which I do, but
Right.
even if I didn't, um, what would happen is if we were dating, something goes wrong, and then now there's a dispute in the workplace, and now I'm disrupting the workplace, and that's not something I want to do.
And then you have that messing with your money, and
Yeah,
obviously that's not something that anybody wants, right?
exactly.
Okay. So pretty much most of the questions that I had. But one question, final question I did want to tell you is, did you have any questions for me? I know a
Um,
lot of times in interviews, I
yeah,
ask you a lot of questions, but I want to give you the opportunity to ask any questions about our company and myself.
yeah, no, I absolutely, I like that. That's a good question. So I saw before that you really like to have proficiency in Excel
Yep.
and other things like that. But I also noticed that you said I'm going to be working really closely with corporate and different field partners. So
Yeah.
I was just kind of wondering if like that would be like not the entry level position, or would that be, you think, higher up?
Well, one of the things is that's a great question actually. So one of the things is that obviously like when you first come in, like you're gonna be working under somebody, you're gonna be like learning the position, not formally obviously, but
Yeah.
we're gonna have you with somebody that's been here for a while that can kind of show you how it works. So as you learn and as you like probably like a few months in, then you'll be able to sit in on those meetings and actually we have our financial analysts like analyze the performance of our individual stores, whether it's a store in California or a store in King of Prussia, PA, or whatever the case may be. So you obviously you work yourself into that, but that's something that is like a really central duty to your job because, like I said, our financial analytics, like as to any large company, that's like one of the things that really like sets us apart and actually gives us a better picture as to like our performance. So you're going to be working tight with accounting. Sometimes you might be working with HR, you might be working with operations, but you're going to have to like merge all of those departments together. So yeah, like not initially, but yeah, definitely eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great answer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So I want to thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate this opportunity. Hopefully, I'll get a call back, or
Can't tell you, but I'm sure you're on my list. You're on the top of my list.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, Angel. Well, you take it easy, okay?
Thank you. Have a good one.